Do you like London or Bath more?
Bath more.
Why do you like living in Bath more?
Because it's got big trees.
What do you like about trees?
Because they've got leaves on.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. What's your favourite thing about Daddy?
His socks.
My socks? What's your favourite superhero?
Batman.
Why do you like Batman?
Because he's got a mask on.
Do you like masks? Do you know why people have jobs?
Because they buy money.
Because it makes them money. And what do they do with the money that they make?
Pay.
Pay, that's right, we pay for things. If you could do anything you wanted, what would you do?
Play with you.
You'd play with me.
I was 27 years old, creeping up to my 30s, and I panicked and I bought myself a skateboard. I wanted to remain relevant and down with the kids. YOLO. But the problem is I'm a terrible skater. I may be a well-respected, semi-pro, undiscovered snowboarder, but that doesn't transition onto a skateboard, sadly. I'm a terrible skater. A fatberg has more grace than I do when I'm on a skateboard. Today I'm going to try and get a little bit better. I'm going to try and learn one of the basic moves, the kick turn. To those of you that don't know, a kick turn is where you lift the two front wheels off the ground, pivot 180 degrees, and continue on in one motion. Now I can do like a cumbersome 2 or 3 turns, but I can't do it in one fluid motion. That might sound easy to a lot of you listening, but to an 86-year-old brittle-boned man like me, it comes with a lot of risk trying new things like that. So I've come up with an ingenious solution, a way that I can practice without the risk of breaking anything. I'm calling it the try without a tragedy method, or TWAT. So let's go to my local skate park in Bath and I will demonstrate the TWAT method.
My whole life basically revolves around nappy changes, cuddles, breastfeeding, and then trying to keep myself clean and fed in between all of those things, keep Grayson entertained. So it's a bit of a juggling act at the moment, and I haven't quite found my feet. But yeah, in terms of like parenting a newborn, it's all gone amazingly so far. Like, I feel so much more confident this time. My hormones have been way more in check this time. I feel so like content and happy. Not that I didn't last time with Grayson, but I was a lot more emotional after I had him, and I do think it's got a lot to do with the fact that I'm taking placenta capsules, and I have been religiously for the past month since I had him, and I really do think that they're doing something, because I definitely feel more energized. I definitely feel less emotional. I feel like even if it's a placebo, it's working.
The problem with getting into skating when you're basically 86 years old is that everyone assumes that you're going to be really good, like you're going to be like some sort of veteran when you pitch up to the skate parks. Like, all the kids almost go quiet and just look at you with this like face washed with respect, because they think, God, this guy's a veteran, he's going to know what he's doing, he's going to know all the moves. And then when you get on your skateboard, that face of respect twists into kind of a face of pity.
I'm really kind of letting myself be a new mum this time, whereas before I was constantly like, oh, I need to clean up, I need to do this, I need to do that. And this time I'm like, I don't need to do any of that stuff. I'm just going to cuddle my baby on the sofa. Yes. And you've done a poop, haven't you? So should we go and change you? We have got a name for him this week. We do. We've finally got a name for you, and we're going to go and register him next week. I don't want to make a massive deal out of it, because I feel like everyone has been waiting for this name for like 4 weeks now, or 5 weeks. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. I just wanted to pick the right name for him. We needed to see what suited you.
Let me explain the twat method in a way you simpletons can understand. I just remove the biggest risk factor, falling off my skateboard. Once I alleviate that risk, then I'm free to focus on the job at hand, learning the kick turn. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the twat method. Patent pending. Turns out the kick turn's a lot harder than it looks. I'm going to persevere with it though. I'm not going to leave the skate park until I get it. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I sort of feel my twat method is making me lose a bit of fluidity. I don't have much movement in this thing, and it's hot and it's stressing me out, so I'm going to take it off. I'm going to risk the physio and the pain. I did it. That was my first really bad kick turn where I went up, turned and went down again. I still look like a divorcee that's trying to find hope in a skate park.
Anyway, I better go and change this guy. See what I mean? Babies don't give you long to do things. You kind of have to like take your window when you get it. You're so cute. Yes, you are. You cutie. You smell though. Right, let's go change you. I'm gonna go change him.
Around about 2 months ago, I went vegan. I decided to do like a 30-day vegan challenge just to see if I could do it. Although I wouldn't call myself a vegan anymore, I would eat meat probably 10% of the time that I would have before. I substitute dairy anywhere that I can, but because I do every now and again eat meat and dairy, I can't call myself a vegan anymore. And I feel that doing it this way, I'll slowly migrate back to being a vegan one day, but it has to be when I have more time to research recipes and I have more time to kind of make good vegan food, because our favourite restaurant in Bath is a vegan restaurant called Acorns, and like it hands down beats every other restaurant in Bath. It's absolutely delicious and it's all completely plant-based food. It's just amazing. So there's some really good stuff out there if you know what you're doing. But just to rock into something and be like, I'm going to be a vegan, it's a little bit overwhelming and you end up just kind of not getting the most out of it, I suppose. While I was being a vegan, I was also kind of found myself being gluten-free at the same time. A lot of the restaurants that are vegan also tend to be gluten-free because people who are more aware of what they're consuming tend to cut out gluten. Gluten basically is just like a protein that a lot of people find hard to digest, and I think that's why I felt a lot better and a lot more alert and a lot sharper when I was plant-based. Anyway, we are working this week with a company called Shah. They sent us a huge box full of like the tastiest gluten-free food you could ever eat. So you've got like rich tea biscuits, gluten-free sourdough, brioche, gluten-free chocolate chip buns, gluten-free crisp bread. That stuff is amazing. These are one of the best things I've ever put in my mouth. Gluten-free Vietnamese biscuits. Like there's no compromising taste with any of this stuff. And that's what I thought before I was even a vegan. I thought, well, if you're going to be eating, you know, gluten-free and vegan food, you're going to be compromising on taste. And you're not. Like this, however they make this stuff tastes just as good. You wouldn't even know that it was like gluten-free. Anyway, we're going to make a pizza now with Grayson. Let's do it. Grace, we've got to cook it first. You're savage.
Hey, you stole my spoon.
Let's get them in the oven. Cheers to the pizza party, everyone. Cheers.
Oh.
It's really good.
That was good.
It was really good, isn't it? Should I do it? say the number one rule in life is to never Google a symptom. So if you have something wrong with you or a visible sign of illness, don't Google what it is, because it all points in the same direction. I have this thing that's appeared on my nose. It's like a scar. It's like almost like a wound, but I haven't hurt myself. I've booked a GP appointment for this morning to go and see somebody to find out what exactly it is.
Yours to crows at the break of dawn. Look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. It ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. That light I never know. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. I'm on the dark side.
My hypnobirth teacher, Siobhan, said to me when I went into labour, she was like, oh, I'm so jealous, I wish I could do it, I would love to do it all again. And I was thinking, God, you're crazy. But now I totally get it. Like, I totally get that feeling. I'm like, I would love to go back to that night and do it all again.
And it ain't no use in calling out my name, yeah.
People always say, oh, the first few weeks are the hardest. And I suppose moments of them have been hard, but I just feel like I've completely relished it this time, and I would go back and do it all again. And I feel like if we do have another baby, I'm not going to dread the newborn phase.
I once loved a woman, a child I'm told. I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. But don't think twice, it's alright.
I'm walking down that long, lonesome road, babe. Where I'm bound, I can't tell.
And that is why you don't Google symptoms. Bloody hell, Google. You scared the crap out of me.
Say farewell.
I ain't saying you treated me unkind. You could have done better, but I don't mind. You just kind of wasted my precious time. But don't think twice, it's alright.
Some sort of skin infection, yeah. I've got some cream I'm putting on it a couple of times a day. You got me again. You got me again. A few months ago, I made a video called I don't want to be a vlogger anymore, and I talked about how I wanted to be more of a filmmaker. And I feel since that happened, I've been on this whole new journey with these videos, and I'm starting to feel now for the first time like I'm getting happy with them. And that's all after I came and readdressed how I came at this and started to look at them as making little films instead of looking at them as making a vlog. I appreciate what vlogs do. I have a respect for it, but it's not something I want to do. I know that serves a purpose. Hannah does that kind of very raw format, and it has an honesty to it, and I like that. And I never used to like it. I think, why do people watch that stuff? I understand it now as its own discipline. And it does have an honesty to it, because this is quite hyper reality what we do. We bring more emotion into things. But I think it's better to just ride with the idea that they're kind of hyper reality and play with that whole notion, because then you kind of create your own little, I don't know, your own little space that does that in that particular way. thanks for getting to the end, everyone. Hope you enjoyed my kick turn.
I didn't realise you were actually that bad. I thought
Hang on a minute.
I thought you were taking the PISS out of yourself.
Have you ever tried a kick turn? They're not easy.
But you're like 53. I thought you'd be at least in the bowl by now.
Can't be a genius at everything. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to die, which is really good.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm really happy about that.
You're such a melodramatic man.
I just have very pale skin. I'm half Irish, and I've got the Irish skin. And
I've got the Irish skin.
I've got the Irish skin, and Irish skin does not like sunlight. So any mark or blemish I have on my skin, I just assume the worst. So I freaked out. But I'm okay. I'm good. I'm going to survive.
We have a name.
Oh, yeah, we have a name. At last.
Rufus Michalaks.
Rufus Michalaks, yeah. Oh, if you don't like the name, feel free not to tell us. Feel free to keep that one to yourself.
I'll probably go into why we chose that name next time.
Yeah, do that. Oh, regarding One Feed, I'm really sorry it's taken so long to get this thing up. I'm just like debugging. It's about 3 months past, 3 or 4 months now, I think, past the scheduled launch date. It's nothing I can do. It's kind of down to the developers. I'm just trying to
manage a team of developers.
Trying to manage a team of developers, and they say to me it's going to be finished at a certain point in time, and I check it and it's not ready to go, and it's very frustrating for me, and I'm sure it's frustrating for a few of the investors watching. I'm very sorry. I'm trying my best to get this thing out. Next week I'm going to be working on it full time pretty much.
Yeah, so we've got a slightly different video going out next week.
Yeah.
Still kind of vlog style, but not like the usual Monday to Thursday format.
Yeah, it'll give me a bit more time to kind of focus on getting One Feed out the door.
Maybe you should focus on your kickflip.
There was no need for that. You're going to get so much hate for that. Guys, go easy on her for that horrible comment. She didn't mean it. So, it didn't mean it.
I don't know why I even laughed at that.
Also, we just wanted to quickly say that a few of our rings that we recently sold went out a little bit not perfect. So if anyone's had any problems with the rings whatsoever, we've got a link down there in the description.
We'll go and
let us
sort you
know
out.
and we'll sort you out.
It was a manufacturing fault, and so we are now in the process of changing manufacturers, which is why the ring isn't live on the website at the moment, because we haven't found the right one yet.
Oh, huge thanks to Shah for working with us this week. I've been literally gorging on your Vietnamese swirl biscuits.
Vietnamese swirls?
Are they called the Vietnamese swirls?
Oh, are they not called Viennese swirls?
Oh, Viennese swirls. Anything else? No? We'll see you all next Sunday for more shenanigans. You going to say goodbye to everyone?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye. Bye. Say bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Right, should we go to the skate park? You can watch me do my kick turn.
Riveting.
Lick your lips as you watch my smooth moves. Look at my husband. He is sexy.
Are you only kidding?
Sadly, yeah.